it's like there's not enough time in the day to get everything done. It just feels like time is going by like this, and it's like, what's that dog? The dog on Up, you know? He's like, squirrel. That's kind of how I feel. Here are some tips, some time management tips that will help you be productive, get things done, and just accomplish those goals and things that you have in mind. Hi, I'm Kyra. I'm here to guide and encourage others to have a transformed perspective as we evolve on this journey called life. No, I'm not saying crazy. Not at all. Evolve. Evolve. I should do it this way. Before we get into this video, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like this video, hit that like button right now, subscribe if you are new to the channel, or even if you're not, just hit that subscription button, and share with people who you think may need some time management skills to help them be productive and stay focused and concentrate, because trust me, we all actually need it. Noticed that it has been very hard to focus and concentrate, and I don't know about you, but it has been a struggle for me. I never really had a problem when it came to focusing and concentrating and getting things done in a productive way, but now that's kind of changed, and I was trying to figure out different ways that I can kind of manage my time and get things done and stay on top of things, because now it's like there's not enough time in the day to get everything done. It just feels like time is going by like this, and it's like, what's that dog? The dog on Up, you know? He's like, squirrel. That's kind of how I feel. It's like I'll focus on one task, but then I jump to the next thing and the next thing. And then about the time I remember that I was doing that first thing, it's like it's already the end of the day, or, you know, time for me to like wrap it up and go to sleep. Before I didn't have that problem, but now I'm noticing it come up, and I'm like, what do I do? I've been practicing these tips, and they have helped me at least stay focused on one task at a time. Before, I used to do time management tips and different things like that helped me, but they're kind of outdated for me right now. Like, they're not working. So I have some new ones, and I want to share those with you. So let's get into it. Now, the first tip I have is to set a timer. Literally time management. So when you're involving a timer or some sort of clock or something, it does help you know when to begin and when to have a stopping point and when to end. I did this a lot for myself while I was in college and in school. It did help so I could, you know, get my homework done, but then also have time to do other things and remember. But I stopped kind of doing that because I didn't really need to, and now I'm picking that back up again and having like these time increments that are reasonable. I feel like when I was in school, I would kind of be a tad bit unreasonable about how much time I was studying and kind of go overboard. And so now the new thing is, yes, setting that timer and then making sure that it's reasonable with what you have to get done and how much time you have. So that way you're not going above and beyond and stressing yourself out, but you're also not doing the bare minimum and not getting anything done. For example, I would recommend this to my sister, and she would be having trouble focusing and getting her work done. And so I would say, set a timer. Set a 25-minute timer, you know, kind of start a little small and work on your work. And then when that timer's up, pause and take a break, which is my second tip. Take some breaks in between. That way you're not overworking yourself. She would set a 25-minute timer, her break will be up, and the break will be about 5 minutes. You don't want the break to be too long, because then you will get carried away and you'll, you know, snooze the timer or keep going with whatever you're doing. So I would start off with 25 minutes to work on whatever it is you're working on, whether it's for school or work or a project or something, and then take a 5-minute break in between. Now, once you do that, if you want to extend it to 30 minutes, 35 minutes, or an hour, you can, but just be reasonable, you know, don't push yourself too much, like I said, or, you know, not do enough in order to get what you need to get done. She did that, and that really helped her get her work done and really just focus. The third tip I have is to make a list. Now, before, I used to make a list and say a to-do list, you know, and plan out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. And that will work. But now when I try it, the stuff is not getting done. Sometimes I wasn't able to get all those things done. So I would feel like I didn't get anything done. I would feel very down about myself and beat myself up because I'm like, I did not get everything on that list completed. And it wasn't really helping me. it was making me feel like, oh my goodness, I'm not getting anything done. I might as well just not do anything at all, because last time I did that, I only did 2 things on the list. So it can be discouraging for some. And so that's why recently I found a new way of doing that list. And now, as I am getting things done, completing things, I write it down on the list as I'm doing it. So for example, like I said, I don't know if you can see that, play music. That is such a simple, small thing, but I'm at the point where I need to write even the simplest things down to help me stay on task and focus. I don't know what's going on, but that's okay, because we got these tips. That has been more beneficial to me, to write it down as I go, as I'm completing things, rather than writing everything I need to do at first and seeing at the end that maybe you didn't finish some things. The difference with this is you're not gonna write everything down. You're just gonna write what you do as you do it. And so that way, when you do find a stopping point or you're done, you're looking at everything you completed, not everything that you didn't do. When you write everything down on a list before and say, I need to do all of this, it can sometimes be very overwhelming. You can feel like you have way too much to get done and not enough time. So you may just be discouraged from the beginning and not get anything done, because it's like, look, this long list of everything I have to do. So doing it this way, where you can write it as you go, really will help you move at your own pace, and then also see what you're actually completing rather than what you're not. Not only have I tried this way of managing my time and getting things done, I've also had students that I've tutored in the past try it. Students that really struggle with ADHD or ADD and focusing, and it helped them extremely. Like, they were able to really focus and get things done even when I was helping them or independently. The 4th tip is music. Now, this is not for everybody, but this has always helped me as I was trying to get something done. In the past, it worked, but I noticed that now when I listen to music with lyrics and words, it's a little bit tougher, and I get carried on and I end up dancing or singing and I'm really distracted. But now what really helps me and could help you is instrumental music, lo-fi music, jazz music, or even just some light music. If you want to have some lyrics, maybe do some soft rock or country or R&B, something that's a lot more softer and slower pace. I feel like that helps a lot. But I do recommend having no words at all. That way your brain can kind of do its own thing without having lyrics and then trying to focus at the same time, and it's just a mess. I just like to have some type of background noise, and that helped me focus. Why? I don't know. I'm sure there's research and statistics about it. But yeah. And the last tip is to find some natural remedies, whether that be an herbal tea that you can drink or a supplement, a gummy, something natural that will help you focus. I have heard that ashwagandha, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, that's very helpful for focus and helping with your memory as well as stress. I'm sure there's plenty of other herbal teas that you can research and just look up really quick, but finding some type of natural supplement that's not going to harm you in any way or maybe intervene with any other medications. Me personally, I haven't dived deep into the natural remedies, but that is something that I am planning to do. But I have drank tea like chamomile or some peppermint teas that will help you relax and just kind of wind down just a little bit so you're not so overwhelmed when you're being productive. Those are the tips that I have for time management that will help you stay productive, focus, and be able to get something done. And I speak from experience. I've been trying these things and kind of switching up my old routine of time management to the things that I've just spoken about in this video. And it has helped me improve from where I was before. Before, it was really tough. I was struggling. I didn't know what was going on. And just taking these few steps and at least trying a couple of them, if not all 5, will help you in some way. Now, if you do want to go to a doctor and get some professional help when it comes to your attention and your concentration, to each his own, I say go for it. But I will also say maybe try these things first, or at least incorporate ones that work best for you or that you're interested in. When you're not able to focus and concentrate, it could be a big hindrance on your life. So these tips have been impactful and very important in my life because yes, they're small, and yes, they're easily forgettable, but when you incorporate them in your day-to-day life, it does make a difference over time because it becomes a habit. You get used to it, and it does help you stay focused. And it's better than not doing anything at all and just continuing to struggle. So try them out and leave comments below on some tips that you have in mind that maybe I didn't cover, or your experience trying out a few of these tips, and let me know how it goes. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications so you get notified every time I post a video, which is weekly. Remember, it is not about perfection, but committing to expansion. Have a transformed perspective.